Hi, welcome to my channel. In this channel, I want to say that we can go to the stars. The stars are close. They are not like our sun. And the science is wrong, theoretical science. So if you know in each video, maybe I cut from some other videos and I comment. There's not so much to comment in this video, but to intersect with, like, these guys wrote about the blind watchmaker, like, there is no intelligence. That's why I brought in the creation. That's why it wants to imply. If you know the argument is like, you find the clock and Paley, some guy invented this. You find the clock, you know that some intelligent guy did it. Okay, so because you see the it shows to you the hours, you see the mechanisms, you suppose it's an intellect. So this Richard Dawkins, okay, book was entitled like the title was like the blind watchmaker. So these guys often do not speak much science, only they take on God basically. You are believing that somehow they for this they tell you science. So Richard Dawkins, he speaks about God. Okay, so the blind watchmaker. That's why I will speak about games and probability and chance. Watch Richard Dawkins a minute.
I think that to ground your morality certainly in the Bible would be an appalling thing to do. If you actually look at the Bible, actually look at almost any of the moral lessons you can take from it. And some of the things Jesus said are very nice, but you have to pick and choose your way through. And setting aside Jesus's emphasis on loving your neighbor, which is very nice. The Sermon on the Mount is very nice. The fundamental doctrine of the Old Testament, of course, is appalling. But even
putting the Old Testament aside, in the New Testament,
even the New Testament, the idea that we're born in sin is a hideous idea. The idea that the only way to be saved from sin and the wages of sin is Jesus' death is a hideous idea. And I don't think it's one that Jesus himself ever put forward, is it? I think he probably would be rather shocked at that thought.
Well, I imagine that Jesus would have to be aware of himself as the salvation. And if that's the case, he'll need to be aware of what he's saving people from, which can only be something like slavery to sin.
I wonder whether you're reading something in there. I mean, salvation...
So if you know, this is the way I made my videos, okay? So about probability and chance, these guys are speaking, but I did not tell you many things. They were only take on God. Okay, so the blind watchmaker, he wrote this book. You find the clock, you find. So now he is implied is not no intellect. So it was blind, like they are wrong things. They are not rational. You can find broken thing like somehow. So it implies like somehow it was blind. It was intelligent, the watchmaker, but blind. He did it wrong somehow. Okay. But from this I want to take few videos about probability and chance. Okay, so if you know, were pretending somehow in some laboratory they mix some chemical compounds and obtain some superior organic material. Okay, but even though they lied, okay, and so I told you that chemistry is wrong, and Einstein and things like this in my channel. Okay, but let me tell you about probability somehow. You see, that's why I brought all these games between law probability, and the probability is a meta law. You cannot find it in like you pull. That's why I brought these rocks. Okay. So you pull some chemical compounds in some container. You can find that they will not interact. So that's why I brought this rock. You see, it is a basis of biology. This Richard Dawkins, if you understand. You put some chemical compounds through chance probability, or You see, like that's why I speak about probability. So if you want to understand, they say that some properties of chemical compounds, like geometrical compounds, I told you that the chemistry is wrong. The electron, proton, neutron do not exist, okay? And you watch other videos, but now if you put some chemical compounds, they do not interact in the virtue of chance. So the blind watchmaker, you see law. You see, if you break this rock in pieces, maybe you can coagulate it again, but with some law. They are making like a precious stone, amethyst stone, like they make them better, but they already use a crystal light. So through the intelligence of material, the recrystallized in an amethyst, the semi precious stone amethyst, okay, if you know that violet stuff. So this rock again, maybe you can broke it and use that and you put it again, but not through chance, through so probability, but in the virtue of the chemistry. But I've told you that the chemistry is wrong somehow. Through the intelligence of the materials they recombine, and they are making. So where is the chance? Okay, and I want to say that the physics is wrong, okay, and there's no passing through physics in chemistry in biology. They only lie to you, okay, with this stuff. So if you must understand these multiple causes. This is saying that the Bible is wrong, and I've told you that the account from the Bible of creation of our galaxy, that is a sphere, is correct. So he speaks only like in jest, like he throws things, okay, on you. So the current account of the creation, because we cannot see the universe, our galaxy is a sphere made in water, is in the Bible, okay. But you understand the probability or chance is a meta procedure. That's why I brought the dice, okay. The probability that did not make it, if you put all over, you group this, if you understand, okay, what I've told you, you must put them together. The probability does not make this dice, okay. Alegeacta este Caesar Severi, he passed the Rubicon River, okay. So the Einstein talk with about mechanic quantities. God does not play dice. Do not tell God what. This is like some bullshit stories, like semi-philosophical stuff, okay. So what this means? The probability is a statistic procedure. Probability did not make this dice. Some chemical laws, like I've told you, made them, and they're not probabilistic. You cannot pour water on this rock and to melt it. You can use any time probability if you want, 4.6 billion trillion years, because the water does not interact with this rock. It rains from the beginning on the mountains, not melt them. So you see, if they do not interact, they do not interact. So raise the probability. So if you put with the probability, the mixture of the chemical substances, they imply somehow they combine. You understand? So, but I'm telling you that not if you understand also this. They only arrange if there is some intellect in it. I told you the chemistry is wrong. So now if you understand the probability is a meta procedure, you do not find somebody with probability. You search them. Okay. So this dice was made with some law, and the probability says only that you can obtain 1, 3, 6, 5 for like this 6 faces. Okay, 1 from 6. The probability to make 2 is 1 from 6. To make 3 is 1 from 6. To make 6 is 1 from 6. The probability, okay? But again, the probability does not froze them. You throw this through the mechanical process with the mass, with this acceleration. So what I'm telling you is the probability is not anywhere. So the blind watchmaker was not blind, and you can find intellect all over the place. So that's why I tell you it's a meta procedure. If you understand, that's why I brought these games. You have laws to play, and then and laws and some laws that made pieces all these pieces. We say Remi in Romania, this, okay? So now you are believing that probability does something. You arrange this and you can have 3 or 4 players to play with this. With 4, and you put 3 like this. You see, is a law. It is a law. It is not a probable law. So let me take a break again. Watch another movie from Dawkins. And we came again at my table, and I will speak more.
I mean, he said things like, if you have seen me, you've seen the Father. He said that kind of thing. But did he actually say that he was salvation?
Well, I suppose I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah, but
no one comes unto the Father except through me.
I am a guide for a good life, something like that. It doesn't mean that he surely never said that my death is necessary in order for you to be saved from sin.
Quite possibly. I mean, I think about the idea of the Eucharist and the Last Supper, and literally breaking up, my body for you. It does seem to be some indication that Jesus knew what he was doing, if the Christians are correct about his mission on earth. A moment ago, you said it's an appalling idea that we're all born in sin. And I understand this intuition, but do you not think there's some wisdom in this idea, or some sort of necessary humility in recognizing that, we all do seem to fall short of the standards that we set for ourselves? That is, we're not going to make sense of a concept like sin because we don't believe in God. We're atheists. Sin doesn't make sense. But even just in terms of our own moral standards, whatever standards we set for ourselves, we seem to fall short of these every single day. And is it not just that idea that's being captured when somebody says, look, even by your own standards, you're falling short of where you should be? And maybe that's what...
Even a newborn baby
we should
born
take it
in
to
sin?
Okay, after you watch that, so let me continue. Actually, they do not tell you some. There's like some spell that's known. Okay, but I'm telling you stuff, if you understand. So where is the probability? You are believing there's some chance, like you have 4 players. This is Remi in Romania. This is the name of the game. And some law. And a law made a game. Some intellect made a game, and the pieces, geometrical pieces, if I will show to you that you cannot obtain from the same physical property all the geometries. You cannot execute all the geometries. On short, if you understand, there's multiple causes. Okay, so now is some law. The law made this, sculpted this in a wood, like it's broke here. Okay, and sculpted this like maybe some plastics on some bone stuff. I don't know. Okay, and it's a rules. You can put 3 like this or 4 like this or in a row. Well, like this. This is for all the. You see, it's a law. And now, where is the probability? You are believing this. You see, you put this and you take one, like here, like this, okay? And this is some probability on random stuff of combining this, okay? But you draw and you apply some law. So the probability, if you understand, or the chance, is not playing any game. Like, you cannot do many things with it. Maybe exactly like this case for joy, and it's pulled out from the game, some card games and things like this, and it's are tricking you that it's the same in a material world. Okay, again, you see, this is another game. So that's for you, is to be fun, this video, and for you to understand that the probability is not anywhere to be found. Okay, if you know you have this and you play with them with some probability, you take these dice, throw them, okay, like 2-2, and you move pieces 2 and so combination of this, okay, but some rules. But so rules, again, the rules and law made okay, and you have like a set from 1 to 6, you know that you not give much more for the combination to be more vast, okay, or but joy is a apparently random act, okay, and to see the opponent how he will arrange them, okay, how you see, so it's some joy. So from where it's from, the dice is the joy. This is it's from the soul, okay, inside. So you see, I'm believing God, but I wanted to tell you I can go to the stars, and this kind of guys tricks you. You believe that somehow they are telling you true things, but it's on this spells bullshit. But I'm telling you, we can go to the stars. The Einstein is false, quantum mechanics is false, Newton even is false. You not believe they go through invention, they made inventions. What you are filming, the computer, that's, I'm telling you, my channel, not computing anything. It is not calculated, it displays you pictures. And in a popular manner, they're lying to you. These are clouds, luminous clouds, small ones, like not Earth Moon dimensions, like in span. And they're lying to you with billion years. So that's why when you fall, you will fall in a big manner, if you will understand. This black stuff is water in vapor manner and has an energy, nice stuff. And we can go here, we can colonize the planet. Jupiter is made from water, they're lying to you. Venus has maybe ideal condition, the Russian light. Like you put a thermometer in a volcano and infer the temperature on all over the planet. These stars are putting clouds, they are not forming anymore. How they are saying the gravity is not a coagulating factor or attraction. So they are lying big time, and that's why you see their language. We can go to the stars. That's why our galaxy is a sphere, and that's why I started this channel. But for you to understand, let me put another minute from this guy and to speak more about probability. You make it fine. I explained it on some games. You understand? The probability or chance. You see the blind watchmaker, you see the random stuff combination of the atomic arrangement. I told you that the atoms even do not exist, the protons, the electrons. These guys are lying big times, okay? So watch another minute.
Well, I would probably respond by saying that not all Christians will say that a newborn baby is born in sin in the sense that they're responsible for it, more like born with a propensity towards sinning, which I imagine you would even agree with, that newborn babies, although they haven't, committed immoral acts yet, they're born with this sort of human nature which has a predisposition towards doing things that fall short of our moral standards. Maybe.
I'm sorry for you having to do a degree in this kind of thing. I mean, it's not a real subject, is it?
We talked about this before. On our previous podcast, and I think it's something that you wanted to ask me about today, isn't it? I mean,
yes, it's obviously something that still interests you.
Certainly,
talking about sin and things like that. I cannot imagine spending 3 years. How did you stand it?
I'll answer it in two ways. The first is to say that the theology faculty was actually theology and religion. So I was able to study religion as anthropology, religion as history. You can do papers in science and religion, this kind of stuff. And I imagine you'd be very interested in that kind of thing. Theology itself, I found useful for a few reasons. One of them, of course, there's like a crude sense in which by studying theology, it helps me to debate it. It helps me to argue with people.
But I get that, definitely.
But it's also an interesting window into human psychology. For example, clearly the question does interest you. Why is it that people can believe so strongly and so easily in this idea that everybody's born in sin?
Yes,
isn't that
interesting.
Isn't that horrible?
That's a psychological question. And if you, I don't know what sort of essays you had to write, but if you were allowed to write an essay on that would have been interesting. If you were allowed to ask the question, how can anyone believe this stuff? But I imagine you had to actually write a serious essay on the concept of sin itself and the idea of redemption and the idea of...
Okay, if you watch that, so now let me continue with this analysis of the chance or the probability. You see, they are saying somehow you do not need an intellect First of all, because that's why we made like a chaotic stuff. Everything is chaotic, like you see this chaos, the Big Bang is fire, chaos, everything is chaos. You cannot find chaos, only law, and the chance, the probability. There are some different stuff, the statistics, chance and probability. Okay, there is some chance, like maybe it's even more so, like if from chance I gave like 6-2. You have this is a chance. You see, I have this chance. Probability is with what probability you will give but maybe some law, you are face of a law with what some probability. Okay, and they do not operate anywhere in the creation. Okay, so they are saying somehow you can have some, and in the virtue of the chemical properties, they are arranged with this probability. And I've told you, this is the key word. It's a meta procedure. It is not what it does something inside the law. It does not do anything inside the law. The laws are more like, you see how these guys discovered the fractals, the mathematical fractals. So primitive way to see that the nature is made from squares and round stuff. You see, when you see the leaves of the tree, there's some kind of pattern, common pattern. You identify some trees, the leaves are similar. Okay, so now, so it's not made from chance. It's some fractals. The mathematics escapes us out this hour. You see a fractal. It is not due to chance. It is a fractal in some variation, in some fractal structure of geometrical pattern, some variation. I'll show you this more in another video. Okay, so for the video of today, you see, you put music here, and you have some database of some geometrical patterns, and they are dancing on music. So in the computer, and they are changing, you see, and you cannot obtain them. They jumps from another one to another one. This is what I wanted to tell you. You see, another geometry, if you want to make the mathematics of this, it is different, and you cannot obtain it through the same light. You see, in the computer, I hope you hear me. The music is like, I will put this album I'll compose for Apollo 17. So I will upload it soon, like in a day or two. You see, so somebody made these geometries. You see, you cannot jump from a geometry to another geometry. They're already made. And you see standard ones. And after music, they are changing. They change colors. They change constant. If you put another melody, it makes another kind. So for the video of today, I wanted to tell you, like leaves of the trees, they're similar. You see, is some standard pattern inside inside, let's say, if you have, you see, it's a standard pattern, let's say in DNA or inside the program of a seed. Okay, but then there's some light. Some light intersects with that, and the tree grows in a fractal manner, different geometries. After some standard, this pattern, but then with the seasoning and different light melodies. So how the computer does this? You see, is some database, different geometries, and they are intersected with musics and musics. Because the music is light also, I've told you. Okay, so music change the patterns. You see, is the frequency of light music stored. So I put this full album, but you'll understand. You'll understand there is no chemical law to entail all the geometries. This is fundamental. You understand? There is no chemical law for all. You see, there's another play. you cannot obtain from this one. I compose in different, okay? So there's no, if you understand, in a philosophical manner, there's no chemical stuff to entail all the geometry. So it implies an intellect. Even though you'll intersect some DNA standard, you must put music to obtain a different kind. This supposes an intellect, if you understand. So maybe I will make this bigger, this argument bigger some other time. Okay, so I will charge this. I have another piece to compose, 12, and I will put for Apollo 17. You'll see an hour on the moon. I composed this album. So if you understand, soon, in few days. So this is what I wanted to intersect in my. Maybe you heard me. Okay, I hope. So, but there is now nowhere the chance. There is nowhere. Okay, let's say that's a field of light, and it varies. This is the gravity also, the field of light, and it varies. Enters in a tree, you see, or in an entire forest. Let's say there is like some near Kazakhstan or somewhere like there's a million hectares of not tree. Okay, so if you see they are similar, you see there is no some nuts, common nuts. Okay, but they vary, they vary in structure. So now it's done by chance. It's not because you recognize that it's not like, you see. So it's some fractal. If you understand, there's some movement of light through. It's like a music, you see, like I will show to you in WinUp. You put some music and some vibration appears in some light shows, you see, like in WinUp, if you know this. Okay, so now the fractal that they design, it is one in geometry, but you put music through it and it vibrates in different manner. So somehow you see the fractal is inherent in this, and some structures in the plants, and when you put music through it, it changes different manner. So some kind of phenomenological manner, like Kant says, like the phenomenon is like phenomenology in a phenomenon, like you see the subject and object contribute in the phenomenon. That's why you cannot know the object so now it is not from inside only it is a phenomenon, like the let's say like a wind of light. It changes the structures. You put cherry, you put what do you want? You see tomatoes. Okay, you see there's some pattern in the leaves, and they are making the geometry different. So now it is intrinsic in the plant mechanism to make different geometries. But if you take it like inside, but if you understood this like in phenomenological manner, the earth sinks to the plant somehow with a resonance, and then it produce different patterns from a given pattern, like in WinUp. I will show to you this another, but you imagine this. I'll show you the WinUp. If you put music, you know, it's a pattern and it changes. Okay.
Atonement.
Well, suppose you wanted to write that essay, which you just said was an interesting question. Why would anybody believe this? Well, in order to answer that, you have to get to grips with the reasons people have for believing it.
Yes.
And I suppose that's what I'm doing here with you in saying, because you bring up the point when you look at the New Testament, you bring up this exegesis, this interpretation. This is an evil text because it tells people that they're born in sin. And I suppose the question implicitly in what you're saying there is, how can you believe this? And I'm doing that devil's advocate thing again of trying to, I suppose, explain why it is that somebody might believe this, and say that even an atheist might recognize that there's a sense in which that's at least poetically true. We're all born in a state where we are unable to fulfill the standard that we want to fulfill. You know what I mean?
Poetically, yes, I suppose you could see it at a poetic level. Interestingly, I don't know whether I've told you this before, but when The Selfish Gene was published, both the chaplains of my college came up to me and said they'd read it and they thought it had echoes of original sin, and it was a poetic resonance with original sin, and I suppose that's quite interesting.
Why would the selfish gene have a resonance with original sin?
They were thinking of it in terms of the selfish gene having a sort of primitive rationale for selfishness. So that's not what the book was really intended to be about, but that's how they interpreted it, and so that resonated with their idea of original sin.
So now where is this of novelty? Where is this? You identify this chemical change with novelty that appears in structures, in form. This must be inherent in the plants, okay? So now, but you put this aside and you pretend that this novelty mechanisms from inside they are like only like for mutations. You pretend that somehow it's not a leaf, it's not a form of mutation of another leaf. It's some mechanism of novelty. How you will be like the older man to be. I'm telling you in meters. I'm from Europe. My name is like Gheorghiu Mircea, channel name. Okay. So what will be that like all the females to be blondes and 1.7 meters and all the male 1.8 meters and brunette, all the same like robots, you see. So now you superimpose this natural mechanism of novelty. You are deranging it like a philosophical matter. It's saying that it is a mutation. But it's no, and so you identified all the mechanisms that produce novelty in the leaves, in all the forms and manner after some kind of fractals, you see, and these kinds of some tricks that are employed. So let's put another minute from this video. You see, they take on God only, like so God went with the body at the skies. With his bodies, traverse the skies, go to the heavens. Okay, and it was a God, like it was God himself that created this galaxy. Okay, so go to another skies. That's why that trick in the universe. We only know a galaxy. This sphere is made in water. All over the place is water, and that's what some guys there hit the malefic. Most evil, how the name of the video, most evil, not them, but what they are listening to, some demons, and he put this bullshit science, Einstein, MC squares and quantum mechanics and all this bullshit. I'm against in my channel, if you understand, and I compose music. Okay, so watch another video, a minute, and I came back and I explained to you more about this game, so and probability and chance.
And what do you make of the criticism in the opposite direction? Somebody says, I've spent my life studying Thomistic metaphysics. I'm a classical theologian. I've got a PhD, and I looked in The God Delusion, and I wanted to see what Richard Dawkins had to say about Thomas Aquinas's 5 proofs of the existence, his 5 ways to establish the existence of God. And they find 2 pages, and this sort of pinnacle of religious philosophy, as they see it, has a treatment in 2 pages.
Yes.
And when they question you and say, well, what about all of the important theological nuances, you respond to them, well, why would I do theology? Theology is uninteresting.
I think I would say to that, why privilege Christian theology when there are thousands of gods all around the world? They all have their own theology, and these Thomist theologians are equally ignorant of Aboriginal theology and Bantu theology and Papua New Guinea theology.
That's true.
And they think that their theology is somehow high flown and intellectually important, but it has no greater status than any of those. The thing about science is that it's universal. It is not local. It's not tied to any particular tribe or group of people or time in history. It's what you discover in science is universal and timeless.
So after you watch that, I cannot say everything in one. You must combine some videos, you see, about chemistry. You see, I have a video to explain to you that the geometry of the atoms. They are saying somehow they make cubes, like when they crystallize. There's some intellect programming them. It's not in the natural form, the carbon form. You see, I've told you this. I cannot retake on everything. You must combine some videos. So, but let me tell you, I want to for you yourself to understand what this is. The keywords. It's a meta procedure. It is not occurring anywhere, and it is not a single law at the basis of the universe. How they are trying to say to you a single cause to take your mind for investigating real science, explosion, and this single cause like produces anything. You see, like it is stupid if you understand. That's why God speaks many times. The matter in which what He creates supports multiple causality. So you cannot have a single time, a given time, to put everything in like in a closet, like a Berzelius glass, and to bake some bullshit. You see, you cannot have a single time to put in this glass the chemical compounds and make everything. They will not interact, and they support intellect, like intelligence. Okay, so that's why you must understand. This is the chaos on the Big Bang. You see, are working like all the old philosophers like Aximenes and Anaxagoras, guys from ancient Greeks. They're working like this, in this manner, okay, with a single principle. Everything is water and things like this, okay. So that's why you must understand for yourself. The chance is not. It is a meta procedure. Always you must understand a law, meta law, and so a law that produces a physical manner something in something that above. You'll not, when you go at it like play some games, you pull some like this. You'll not put a probability, okay, or the chance. It is some law, okay. So again, a chess game. That's why maybe if you are wondering, always I have this table. I made it. Okay, it's painted like black and white, and I have the chairs made. I made them. Okay, this, and I have 4, and I even invented a game with 4 players, a chess game. There is another one, but mine is better. Okay. So so that's why I have this table. I made it when I invented the game, and the chairs also are made by me. I wanted to be like green and a black one, and you understand. So I love chess. Okay, so if you understand, I will show to you even from that it is not from chess. I mean, I have I subscribe to some chess guy. And I will show to you in another video that the chess, the computer is not computing the chess. It is, you are basically playing with other players with a database. Okay, it's not computing because the computer is incapable of doing such a thing. The mathematics synthetics. Okay, it's only you are playing. Okay, some rule, geometrical rule, and you cannot combine it with a simple logic or algorithm. Basically, you are playing with other guys. Okay, that's why I wanted to tell but in that video. Okay, so now you see you have these pieces. They are made, you see, with some law. They are carved in wood, sculpted. Okay, and so law of arrangements. You cannot play otherwise. And so law of arrangements and temporal law. This is the chemistry. So you cannot obtain in a chaotic chance-like manner, because if you put some acids in the wrong temporal so even the temporal steps in chemistry are like telling you that it's some rationality. You cannot put some in a chemical in front something and after you see you producing some temporal mix a solution or something like this. You cannot put them random. You cannot even put them in a wrong temporal matter. You put first in some reaction, excuse me, okay, you put some lead first and then what you want. You see, even the temporal arrangement, the time is like Lego pieces, okay. So that's why in chess, even the same, if you move this first and not this, you will lose the game. Even the temporal manner it is important, okay, how you are moving the same. So where is the chance? Where is the chance? You see, if you if you make a dice, let's say, if you take, let's say, eight pawns like this, a king, okay, a rook, a knight, and a bishop, okay, and there's 16, and now if you understand, you have the probability of movement in 1 from 16. You can move like exactly like this, 1 from 6. The probability. But if you are I give you dices and with 6 and you 16, let's say, faces, and you put 1, 2, 3 to 16, and you move with probability, you will lose. Maybe you will add some joy in a game. But you see, so the probability, if you put it, it breaks stuff. It is a meta procedure. This is what I want to tell you, okay? So this game also, I explained to you, has some laws. So you are not believing now, and this, but I don't have the table. It's like this, I don't have the a box broke, the big one. That's the same like this, okay? And so I'll jack that. So 6-6, you see, 6-6, you see. Okay, I'll jack that. Okay, so as you see, it is I left. It is an intellect, like the sentiment. You cannot obtain this with chemical compounds. You see, even I become joyful when I throw these dice. So I did not took some acids or some, okay, or some cocaine or something. I become joyful only when I throw these dice, okay? So there's a reaction with the physical matter, not in chemical reaction, like you see, because the physical matter, by observing, I give sex and some sentiments are produced. So without chemistry, and if you understand, so if you understand, there is not connection between physics, mathematics, and only somebody puts them like in a game like this. You see the matter in this galaxy. You cannot see the universe. The galaxies are stars. It has some possibility of infinite arrangement, but you only have to deduce and to invent some logical mechanism to apply in a logical manner, a structural manner to obtain them. You cannot have a single cause, like physical cause, to push and pull everything, like Nietzsche says. Cause is not something that push and pulls everything until everything is obtained, okay? It's a child thing, like matter. That's why they're tricking you, and that's why I want to explain to you, okay? Through these games. So that's why God speaks in the Bible, let there be, because he knows that the matter that he himself made, you cannot let them to like simmers and boils and pour out from it. You cannot, you must work something in it, because somehow has a face of infinite arrangements. Even though you see, so but from some intellect, you must make some games. You see, you have 52 cards and you can play many games. The same with these pieces, the Remy pieces. You can invent like 100 and something there. I don't know, 50. I don't know. So how much? I don't know right now, but you can invent how many maze you can arrange this, and how you see you like you have 52 cards, but you can make millions of games, maybe only with just 52 cards. I know some games in some countries they are not played with 52 cards, okay, like in my country, say Sheptika or something. You do not know this, okay, in other countries. So we do not play the English games or Chinese game with cards. Only 52 cards, but and they are logical. They have some logic in. There is no random stuff, if you understand. It's a meta procedure. So this is what I've explained to you, the games. So you must understand the multiple causality. You cannot intersect the physics that is wrong 99%. They made from inventions, and the physics is wrong, okay? So let me put another minute from this guy and to complete this video. Richard Dawkins about chance, probability. Okay, we can go to the stars, man. This is not a joke. These guys are lying to you. Okay, these guys. I compose music is for Apollo, for Chinese missions. If you see, I am from exploration of space, and I'm telling you that we can go to the stars. And these guys pretending that somehow they're from benefactors of the humanity. They explain to you how the leaves of the tree from some chance that they not explain it what it is chance. It's like 3/2 plus minus 4. This is chance or what is chance? This diagonal with this diagonal, what is this chance? Appearing in some meta philosophical wrong way of speaking, like in chemistry is some chance of gold, some gold from chance. It is like it sounds like a stealing stuff from some chance gold. Okay, it is not like crazy. You put some hydrogen in combination oxygen and with silver, obtain some compounds, silver compounds. So it is through chance or how? Okay, so even though you see the possibilities are low, like, but they do not entail by themselves, because you do not understand that in the combination of chemistry, the light itself works. Light is like a field, like a frequency, okay, and you must program with the intellect. This light pull over the atoms, can make them to be arranged in some manner. So now if you understand, even if they say that you put some, they do not know even chemistry exactly to explain it to you through words. You put some chemical compound in. So watch another video from this.
I think that's fair enough. But then I also think that if one of these Thomistic metaphysicians wrote a book called The Aborigine Delusion, or they tried to sort of write a chapter where they said, I'm going to debunk this idea, and then they spent 2 pages on it.
The delusion that I'm interested in is the very existence of a supernatural creator. It's
Right.
not particularly
Christianity.
Insofar as I talked about Christianity, that's because I'm brought up in a Christian culture. But what really interests me is the existence of a divine creator at all.
And I suppose you're allowed to say that in a different way, where you say, well, I'm talking about Christianity because I was brought up in that culture. And people will say, fair enough, that's what you chose to write in. Whereas a Christian, if they say, well, I focus on Christianity because I was brought up in a Christian culture, that seems to slightly undermine their position.
I mean, but if they use that as a reason for why they believe, that's a very different thing than my using it as a reason why I chose to talk about it as an example.
Okay, right. If you liked that clip, then you'll love the full conversation, which you can watch right now by clicking just here. Go on.
Okay, if you watch that, so what are they saying? They put some chemical compounds, they were like sugar, dissolved, and you see. But now let me put some water in a water container and put a resonance beam, like a light beam, and I will stop the dilution of the sugar. You see, so you understand the light itself. It is and the light has all the frequencies, possible frequencies. You cannot make music how they are said through combination. The procedure is not through combination. It is a logical procedure by employing different causal things like rhythm and things like this. In this manner, they will not obtain an equation, quantum mechanics, and bullshit science, Einstein. You see, when you resonate the light, you must know the atoms, and through them to make some resonance, to put some like water and to boil it like with a microwave. Like, by the way, if you want somebody, why they do not make in Japan, you can take this for free. Like, why they do not make like you see in Japan, maybe they have a poor heating systems. Why they do not make with microwaves? You see, you can make water with a small piece like this. It's free. Only say that's for me if you want to make this. Okay, you make a piece like this, small, like a microwave. You can break a microwave even. Okay, but you can make you can obtain the piece. It's more cheaper. So you can make this with $100, maybe less than this. So you boil the water inside a container, and you heat up it. Okay, with like okay. If you make this, it's not about how much current you can make it. Okay, and you not burn wood, you make fumes. So you see light in this case, I've told you, resonates. You some frequency, you heat water, hash two molecules. But no matter how do you expect, 13.6 billion years are irrelevant. You will not produce this. If you put some plastics in your microwave, you not heating. You can wait how much time you want. It is not an interaction with the wave of light, and we only with H2O centered on 7 levels tones of H2O. It's like 1 and 8. You see, like exactly like music. They were trying to make the Mendeleev in musical time. Okay, you believe that Mendeleev was, or the I'm telling you, the proton is the fire itself. It is the matter, and it is resonating somehow. It enters in combination. Maybe the fire itself is some like plasma. You see, like the plasma means to be made even. Okay, and the proton does not exist. I'm telling you, science is wrong. And electrons is light. Electrons do not exist. Is light. So from tones of combination of light, you see, you intersect, you make sugar with water. But because the light does this, and that's why I'm tricking you with electrons. You miss something with the different level tones, like in rainbow colors. You see, they have tones like. But and if you understand this being red color, you see this full frequency continuum, infinite frequency like this. Infinite continuous frequency like this. Let's say that this is red only. You see, you cannot make music random. Like, they are tricking you. Somehow you take the notes, 8 notes, and with these 8 notes, there's no combination. You are watching the world in the wrong manner. There's no combination factor to make this. It's some intellect. So see, and the frequency are continuing. Maybe I put them another way. You see, the standard stuff they decide in some frequency, and even if you put this in another manner, the accord will sound only one chord. They'll sound different, and there is music still. Okay, so now if you understand, electron does not exist, is light, and the light itself is a field. That you can program the light itself to intersect it with atoms. The light itself combines atoms. You see in the Apocalypse, it says like he saw gold like glass. This was a city, and it was made with gold, basically, all the entire city. And it tells you that it was made from gold like glass. We do not know the matter how they are. Let's say you take the gold and you take the resonant frequency when you pass light through a glass crystal like this. You see through it, and with that resonance you resonate the gold. When you melt it, you put it again, and with some virtue or some compound of crystallness, you make crystal glass gold. Like, you see through it, and it's still gold, and it's still like yellows, like, okay, we do not know they are lying to you in big stuff, big stuff they are lying to you. And this guy, if you put a frog in 13 billion years from the lake, you will not say anything about. So which guy is bad? Which is malefic? Like which one? I'm telling you, you can go to stars in this generation. This big small cloud made for it light. We can go here. We can go. We can navigate this. Imagine a big ocean full of light and pass the sea with a ship. These are oriented towards us. All of them, galaxies, all of them. We can go to the planets, Russian light. Venus has ideal conditions, okay, and only with a probe that is through the air. They're trying to stop us, okay. We can go to Mars, planets. This is about this channel. And they're lying to you with MC square Einstein bullshit. It's telling you that it's wrong physics. The mass does not any relation with light. Einstein says energy, it is light. Okay, so that's why you understand it's meta procedure. This is the probability. Okay, it's a meta procedure. So that's why you understand as multiple causality. If you program light, let's say in a temporal manner, now you can intersect with chemistry to make something. If you understand, you cannot obtain, like, so they are showing you how they light. You see they made some experiment, the chemical compound, they see the organic basis, organic matter, and they put them together. See, we obtain something like through lights. Yes, you obtain through lights. So you understand, no matter you put all the left combined, we do not know that we do not know, because not a single cause that of an interaction. The atoms, you can program them with light, and it is somehow in some science like this, where you do not observe, you're not trained to. Okay, you must program them to do in some logical step like manner. You can have 13.7 trillion billion trillions, you will not obtain anything. Gravity is not a coagulating factor or attraction, and atoms by themselves will not make a lift, and they try to bullshit you. Okay, so this is the video. That's why I brought these games. You imagine all the games, like if you go game, Chinese one, okay, everywhere you see law, and it's a meta procedure. This is what you want to take with. So when you search, okay, we search with a friend. By some chance you find him. You go maybe in familiar places, in a park, by where you used to go, okay. So it's some chance. What's the chance? What is the chance? Maybe okay. So that's why it's like a beautiful stuff. You meet by some chance, you $1 billion. So by some chance, somehow pack rocks, but you but you cannot obtain them. That's why I brought these rocks, different kind of rocks. Okay, you see, baby, this is like a jacquint. Okay, reddish, like brown reddish, like you see another stone, and you will not produce even these two, maybe with this similar chemical compounds in them. Maybe so let's say there's some silicon, so if you want to produce this, you must have different field of light to produce it. You see, and the source that generates it must. And if you generate, you destroy another one, if you understand, and you not obtain. So this is I wanted to tell you about multiple causality. The causality is not the differential, partial differential. Einstein wanted, to tell you bullshit science. Okay, it is not only a single cause in the world. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. Maybe God played dice, but exactly like this. Like this, he wanted like to experience this through us, how like Hegel said, okay, God wanted to know himself through the eyes of others and made us. Hegel said this, not I, okay. So this is the video for today. This is what I wanted to tell you. Our galaxy is a sphere, we can go to the stars. Now is the time to colonize the planets. With lights we will not go anywhere, okay. So this is about probability, chance, and some other intersecting stuff. Okay, Goodbye. God bless. Like, share, and subscribe. Help me if you want. Help me if you want. I'm telling you, you can go to the stars. This is my heart and my fight. The science is wrong. Quantum mechanics. What the guys from, they were not our fathers. Like, they were lying. They were lying to you. They're lying with atomic bombs. I have a video about this. I have. Okay. So this is what I wanted to tell you. They were not with good intentions, okay, and they want to stop us. And I'm telling you, now is the time. Elon Musk has the right ships. We can go to Mars planet, Venus planet is closer even, and ideal conditions, Russian light. And Jupiter planet was discovered satellites, and you are speaking still that it is flat. Guys like these guys, it is flat. This was observed by Galileo, okay? This force many satellites. This is made from water, and lying to you that it is, you can see thunder clouds and thunder and lightning here, but not filled by NASA. But it's still stupid if you ask them, well, from what is made Jupiter? Gases. What gases? Methane gas. What gases? I have some guesses for you. If you do not want to understand and wake up real science, we can go. This planet is made from water. The moon is made in water. The gravity is not attraction. Okay, it's coagulated under, and the Mars planet itself, okay, is made underwater. The entire solar system, the entire galaxy was made in a cloud of water, was split. The planet was coagulated prior to this, remains suspended. Then the water was pushed, the remains some pieces like this in clouds. But some elements capable of being ignited, and then secondary source of energy ignited them all at once, like in a circle, like through clouds all over the galaxy, like this. And they are extracting light from clouds. They are not sitting in clouds by some chance. Like, you see, they are extracting light from clouds. The black stuff are still clouds, like an ocean that produces light. Only when you illuminate it, then this is a small cloud. This is what I wanted to tell you. But if you want to remain stupid, in this generation, not see nothing beautiful, only these kinds of lies, and you cannot learn something from lies. Because if you may go in a laboratory, you will do nothing. Squat with legs and with legs of frogs, you will do nothing. Like it, to make this movement, we can go to the stars. Like, share, and subscribe. This is my fight. How Hitler said, my Kampf, okay, my fight, okay, with these guys, okay, goodbye, God bless, only good.